Hello and welcome to the FGTN show. I'm your host, Alex Tim, and thank you for joining us here today. Drop down in the comments in the live chat if you're here with us live. And if you're watching as part of the replay squad, drop down in the comments to let us know that you're here and tuning in. This is going to be a great show that we got for you today. We've got a couple new products, a couple new things on news that we're going to talk about, and then we're getting into fishing gear deals. Now, this show is really all about primarily deals that are going on right now. Father's Day is this upcoming weekend as of the filming live of this show. And so there's a lot of deals for the outdoors people that we're going to be talking about here. So first off, again, drop down in the chat if you are live with us. We got Scratching with Blaine. Nice to see you here, man. Thanks for supporting the channel as a member. Let's run through our members. We got Wayne. What's going on? What's going on? And Scratching with Blaine, we already got you. And we got Mega here is in the live as well. I see people are tuning in right now as we're getting warmed up. But for the replay squad, we'll go ahead and jump in. Drop down in the comments if you have any questions as we go throughout. And let me know. One comment throughout the whole stream. What's the favorite deal that you've seen based off of the show? So I can't wait to see what you all say. What's up, Bob? All right, jumping in. New product that I want to tell you about. If you have a trolling motor, this may be of interest to you. There is this company called DuraSafe that you see I've got up here on the screen. They make a lot of locks and mechanisms for your truck, trailer, and your boat. So I think if I go to all products here, I can kind of show you here. Yeah, they've got a ton of different locks. I think the things that a lot of people know of DuraSafe for the most is if you ever watch like any of the professional leagues, you'll see on the electronics on boats, even on kayaks, people that leave them on there and they don't want them to get stolen off by the thumb screws and things that are on them, is they make these to replace those thumb screws on your electronics. They're called e-locks. One of the really cool things about DuraSafe and their e-locks is that you can see the thumb screws that have come off and then they put their locks on. But one of the really cool things about them is they can key them all the same. So you have one key that works for all of them. And if you buy new locks down the road, you can just give them the number off of your key and they can key those alike as well. So you can continue adding to them. So these are things that they're already known for. What I want to talk to you about is they came out with, I just saw this and I have one of these products. And so I was like, ooh, what is this? Trolling motor security. So I have a Garmin Force Kraken, but they have solutions for Lowrance, Minn Kota, and Garmin. And the new one that they have, which is actually already on sale, so currently in theme of the stream that we got going tonight, is the Garmin Kraken Bracket Lock. Currently $10 off if you're interested. So here's the way that it works on this, because this is the normal bracket. You can either get a black one or you can get a white one from Garmin. You mount your trolling motor onto it. It's a quick release plate. And essentially you would normally put like a little lock or a little something here. It comes with like a little pin that you just screw on and off. It's not secured at all. But what DuraSafe has come out with is a new pin and a lock to go on it instead. So this pin piece right here that you can throw a little whatever you want through there comes off. So you can see on the bottom of the plate, there's a screw. That rod pulls out. You put their rod inside of it, their DuraSafe bracket lock, and then you can have the locking mechanism on the outside. Pretty cool, pretty slick. $42. Not cheap, but you know, anytime you're dealing with these higher end stainless steel or aluminum, you know, parts, you're paying for that machining, and that stuff is not cheap nowadays. So that is what they got. So if you are a fan of DuraSafe or you want to check out any of their other products, I will have them linked down below to check out. But I thought that was pretty cool. All right. Next up. Oh, and just a reminder for everyone, even when we go through the deals after the show is over, I will have all of the links down below to all of the pages and topics that we have talked about. So please feel free to go down there. All right. Sportsman's Warehouse. And I promise we will not take much more than maybe 5 more minutes here, and then we're going to get into the deals. So stay tuned and hang with me if you're only here for the deals. Sportsman's Warehouse. If you're part of the replay squad, you can just jump forward. Sportsman's Warehouse You all have told me you like to know when some of these sporting goods retailers that carry fishing equipment release their earnings that are public companies to hear and see what the industry is doing. How are they doing? How are they performing? So Sportsman's Warehouse has announced their Q1 2025 earnings. So Q1 is over for them for the year. So I'll leave this up here on the screen, but I've got a couple. I've already read through all of this, but I'll have it linked down below if you want to check it out. And they actually have their financials down at the bottom. This is very normal. This is the way that most companies do it that are public on a quarterly basis. So let's take a look. Sportsman Warehouse Q1, they posted their first positive same-store sales comp in nearly 4 years. So over the last 4 years, this is the first quarter in the last 4 years that they had year over year. So this year Q1 that it just finished versus Q1 of last year is the comparison period. So year over year, the first year over year comparison for a quarter where they actually comped positive for store comparable sales. So they were up 2%. So 2% is a heck of a lot better than 0% or negative. But that's kind of like the bright, shiny object of this announcement. So they last year over year had a 13.5% drop. So you could say they had a really horrible year last year, which was out of ordinary, which could have given them benefit for being able to comp up this year. But that's an argument that, shareholders can make. The company says that the reason why they comped up in sales is because of their tighter inventory management. So they weren't buying a lot of excess inventory that people didn't want. Digital marketing rather than print marketing or physical marketing or those types of more expensive ways of marketing. So I guess they shifted more to digital, and a focus on local and seasonal relevance, which we'll talk about here in a second. So their gross margin also, let me scroll down. Let me go to their remarks here so you can kind of see if you're watching here on the screen as well. So their gross margin ticked up to 30.4% of their net sales from 30.2% the year prior. And they're attributing that to better productivity of inventory and stronger product margin rates, especially in the fishing category. So what they're essentially saying here is they made sure that they had better productivity of inventory. The inventory that they had on hand was able to be sold rather than sitting around and then needing to go on clearance or discount, where then their product margin goes down. Hopefully they still make some money, but that's what they were trying to get away from. And so that's where we've seen Sportsman's Warehouse specifically really reduce their SKU assortment to a more finite number of products. So they don't have like the breadth of, they have everything under the sun. They just have a few different things, but they've got more quantity ideally of it. They did have, though, even though those two things are good, which are probably the only two good things that we're going to see here, they did have a net loss for the quarter of $21.3 million. So they made $249 million in revenue. They made $75.6 million in gross profit. But then when you take out all of their selling, their general administrative expenses, which were $95.3 million, they had a net loss of $21.3 million for the quarter. Last year, they had a net loss of $18.1 million. So they lost $3 million more than they did year over year, which is not good. The primary reasons why they lost so much is because of the fact that they have high operating costs still. They're operating very expensively. Their costs to operate, their SG&A is very high. And then they also have quite a bit of debt. So the interest payments on that debt are actually up. I think it's like $61 million year over year as well, which is not good. So their diluted loss per share rose to 56 cents from 48 cents last year. So essentially the way that they calculate that is they basically take how much money did they lose, 21.3 million, and then they divide it by however millions of shares that they have out there. And so they say for every shareholder that has a share, we essentially lost you money, which is not good. Usually EPS, you're going to see a positive number. So they are definitely not in a good situation. They are still losing money. left, right, forward, backwards, and they need to tighten up their expenses ship here pretty soon. Debt, we had already talked about, is a big challenge for them. They have $162 million in debt with $141.9 million on their revolving credit line, which is not good. And they only have $3.6 million of cash on hand. So that's not a whole lot. Inventory. So they do have more inventory on hand, which is potentially a good thing. They have $412 million in inventory, as long as it's the right inventory that they're going to be able to sell rather than have to discount and clearance out. $412 million in inventory now versus in February, they had $342 million. So that's one of the reasons why they're saying they don't have as much cash on hand, because it's tied up in inventory. And the reason why they did that is they bought more things before the tariffs hit. And so they're hoping to have been able to make a good bet there, purchase things at a cheaper price, sell them at maybe a little bit of a higher price, and hopefully next quarter and as the year ends up, they'll be in even a better spot. Their CFO is basically saying that the plan is all about positive free cash flow this year and paying down that debt. And so that's what they're really focused on. They're going to open one new store, supposedly in a city called Surprise, Arizona this year. And for the year ahead, they are still sticking with their guidance of total sales being somewhere between -1% to positive 3.5%. So a 4.5% swing, basically making no progress to losing money, or maybe a little bit up. Their adjusted EBITDA is between 33 million and 45 million. And for those of us curious about the fishing side of the business, fishing makes up about 10% of their sales as of a couple years ago, and I don't think that's shifted a whole ton yet. So we're seeing fishing being a very minimal part of Sportsman's Warehouse business, but it is there, and it is a margin benefit to them for this last quarter. So let's see what happens. Let's see where they go from here. But I know the Sportsman's Warehouse that's by my house here is not looking good for fishing stuff. It's like super cleared out. They only have a few things. And so I don't really ever go in there anymore. But that's Sportsman's Warehouse. That is the quick update on them. Eagle Claw, not going to say a whole ton about them, but Eagle Claw is 100 years in business this year, 1925 to 2025. And what's really cool about them is they make really good products. Of course, we all probably have heard of, probably own some of their hooks. And if you did not know, they are an American company that actually makes their products here in America as well. So pretty cool. I think it's set in here. Yes. Founded in 1925 and still headquartered in Denver, Colorado, Eagle Claw has built a legacy of reliability and performance across generations of anglers. They're an American-based company celebrating that 100 years of designing, manufacturing innovative, high-quality fish hooks and fishing equipment. So if you did not know, Eagle Claw, 100 years old. Pretty cool. All right, getting into the deals. Here we go. I promised you we would get here, and we are here. I'm going to do some of these really fast, give you a little bit of time to go and shop. Trika currently has $50 off all rods and reels is what they say. The ice fishing rods are not included. So $50 off open water rods and reels. So if we go to their shop rods here and we shop all, we're going to go ahead here and see the Trika 10X is on sale for $382. The 6X is $297 and the 3X is $212. I have some of the 6Xs. I really like them. I have some of the 10Xs. I really, really like them. I don't have any of the 3Xs because the 6Xs were already out by the time I started purchasing the Trika rods. And then the ice fishing rods, if you still wanted to get the ice fishing rods, they are currently $129.99. They're not on sale as part of this deal, but they are available for you. Casting reels are $50 off right now. And the spinning reels are currently $50 off as well. So down to $199 for those. So that's Trika. A couple quick deals we're going to talk about here. And then what I'm going to do is go more into the different retailers. So Lowrance at Dick's Sporting Goods specifically has the Active Target 2 module and transducer on sale. It is currently $350 off. So it is down to $12.99. So if you're a Lowrance user and wanted to get that Active Target 2 or get an additional one, you can pick that up for $12.99 right now from Dixon. I will have a link down below to it if you want to check it out. Also, Scheels has the Bubba Pro Series lithium ion 1-blade electric fillet knife exclusive on sale right now for $30 off. So this is down to $99.99. So if you're looking for an electric fillet knife, this is one of the better ones out there that I have heard of, that I have had in my hand. And I really like the grip of basically all of their knives and their electric knives. I have a Rapala R12, which is pretty dang good as well. I would say one of those two are probably the best out there right now. I don't own a Bubba, but I've used one of these Bubbas before, and they're pretty awesome. And for $100, if you really want to get away from, having a manual knife to getting into the electric, this could be a good opportunity. Pretty good deal at $30 off. PC Fun currently has a blowout deal right now on, they call it a flash sale on the PC Fun Viper X high-speed spinning fishing reel. You can see $29.99. Now, I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea. I personally don't go out and buy a ton of PC Fun reels. I purchased some of the Carbon X's and things before because I wanted to try them. I think they're fine. I think they're good. I think they're some of the best bang for your buck on the more budget-friendly side of the house. Rather than a lot of the others that you find just like on Amazon and those types of things. So PC Fun makes good products. The Viper X is kind of one of their mid-tier ones. It's $29.99. Like honestly, you will be, if you are not used to higher end reels and you're used to picking up $30, $40, $50 reels, you will really, 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 really like this reel. So it's 63% off. It's a pretty good deal. Now I will tell you this. This is never priced at $79.99. It's kind of elusive the way that they do this. It's normally probably going to be about $49.99. So this is a good deal. It is on sale, but yeah, just want to let you know because I track a lot of prices, believe it or not. All right, let's hop on over next tab here to Scheels. Scheels has some deals going right now, and let's talk about them. So these are some of their can't miss fishing deals that they've got going right at the top of the page here. So they've got the Daiwa Pro Scion MQ spinning reel. Currently, I think that says $179.99. We're going to have to click on it because I can't read it. $179.99, normally down to $109.99. This is a good reel. If you're looking at those and you've tried them before and you want to pick up more, now is a good time for that. Again, I will link these all down below to make it really easy for you. We just talked about that fillet knife, which is a great deal that they got going right now. And then the 13 Fishing Omen Gold trolling rod, if you're a person that likes to troll, that could be good for you. The Humminbird Solix 12, this is $19.99, currently down from $3,200. So that's $1,200 off right now. The Lowrance FS9 with active imaging 3-in-1, $850. And here we go. Here's a couple of, I'm a big Garmin fan. I've tried all of the live imaging units. And I still, even on my boat, just this last weekend, I was using the Mega Live 2 and I was using the LVS 34, the Live Scope Plus, and I kept saying, dang, this Live Scope Plus is so much better. And I do honestly believe that. It's crazy to think that the Mega Live 2 just came out, but yet the Live Scope Plus that came out, 2-3 years ago is still beating it. I mean, they're close. They are close. Like there's pros and cons to both of those units, especially the way you do waypoint management on the Humminbirds. But anyways, back to the deals here. This is a pretty dang good deal. I'll actually pop this guy up in a different tab here and we'll take a peek see at it. So this is the Garmin EchoMap Ultra 2. So this is their highest end of the EchoMap line that they've got. This is the 106 SV LVS 34 bundle. So you're getting the black box, the Live Scope Plus, and the screen for $24.99. This is the 10-inch screen. They do also have the 12-inch one, which we will go back and see where that is. We might need to get to it down the road here, but they've got the Helix 12 chirp, for $1,200. They've got the Solix 10, $1,500. The Humminbird Solix 15 for $2,500. So tons of deals on these screens. Here we go. The 12-inch is $3,300. So this is the highest end Echo Map 12-inch of the screens from Garmin, and this has the LiveScope Plus with it for $3,300. I know that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but in terms of getting a deal on it, this is a pretty dang good deal. And then they've got some other reels and things. I will scroll down here. So on this page, you're going to see kind of the best deals that they've got going right now. And so you're going to see the ones that we had talked about already highlighted up above, but they do have lures. They've got the Northland Ripon Minnow, right? They've got Simms Challenger fishing waterproof bibs on sale. So they've got a ton of gear, apparel, tackle bags, buffs, 504 items that are on this page. I've got this filtered down very precisely to fishing gear in the best deals that are going right now. So hit this link when we're done here. Most of these sales are going through the weekend. So don't worry if you're not watching live, you'll still be able to catch some of these deals. All right, next up, we got Amazon. Amazon does do Father's Day deals, believe it or not, and there is a way to find your way, navigate into fishing gear deals for Father's Day that are going right now on Amazon. It took me a long time to get here, but I found what I think is the best page for this. So we've got hooks in here. We've got tackle boxes. They've got the men's deck boots, waterproof. So if you wanted waterproof boots, $35, you can't really beat it. The one thing I'll tell you about Amazon, specifically around fishing gear, is most of the big name brands don't sell their stuff on Amazon. And so what you're going to find here is usually probably manufactured in the exact same facility, some of those bigger ones, but it's a name you've never heard of that's probably not going to exist in a couple of years because they change names. They rotate through names all the time. But you're going to find crazy good deals on products that are nearly identical to some of the big name brands that are out there. But then there's name brands out there too, like Yamamoto. You've got the Plano Guide Series tackle bag. I literally looked at this over the winter in, was it Scheels or Cabela's? And I almost bought one of these, but then I decided to go a different route. These bags are incredible. If you're interested in getting a bag, here, let me click on it. They're like a leather on the outside, and you can see just how much you can fit in it. This one's the 3700 XL. It's 22% off right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them in the big pocket. And then you can put 3 3600s kind of all around it as well. That bag I would highly recommend. I had it in my hand for a really long time in the store, and I'm like, nah, I don't need it. So I would definitely recommend that. They've got pen reels in here. They've got the Plano Edge Series Jig Utility tackle boxes. They've got waterproof bags in here. They've got nets. They've got the PC Fun Carbon X. Go figure. And that's $49.99 right now. I would recommend the Carbon X or the Carbon X2. They're both very good. I mean, they've got so much stuff. Line, if you want to stock up online, now is a good time to stock up online. These things rotate through, going on sale, going off of sale, but there's a lot of things, as you can tell right now, that are on sale. This page that I will link to for Amazon is all things that are below their normal price. And so all of these would be considered deals. They may show that they're on sale or they may not, but they are typically below what they're normally at. Like, look at these Carhartt men's 15-inch waterproof boots. Pretty dang good deal. Okay. Cabela's. And remember, Cabela's and Bass Pro are the same. So if you have a Bass Pro by you or a Cabela's by you, or you want to go to one of their websites or the other, feel free, go ahead and you can do that. Of course, what you can see here is Cabela's is by me. And I think for most viewers of the channel, Cabela's is near them as well, but I will link this down below. This is another page. All these, like, you could go to any of these websites directly, but the thing that I found is sometimes the hardest thing to do is how do you get it filtered to just fishing gear and the things that are on sale right now? Sometimes it's really easy to do. Sometimes it's really hard to do. But all the links that I will drop down below will have that already kind of filtered for you. So they've got 127 items in this filtered list here. So they got the Shimano Sedona spinning combo. They've got some Bass Pro Shop stuff in here as well. They've got the digital fish scale from Bass Pro Shops. See, they had some things that were not just Bass Pro Shops in here as well. Let me scroll down and see if I can find them. I'm positive about this actually because I was looking at them. Bubba lithium ion cordless fillet knife, $135.96. So that's a kit, I believe. Seagar red label fluorocarbon. This is some of the better stuff. This is on sale 25% off right now. And then they've got the Bubba Pro Series Smart Fish Scale, my favorite scale, most accurate scale I've ever used. This is currently $40 off right now, down to 150, 160 essentially is where that's at. And then they've got a few other things in here too. So go ahead, check this out if you are interested. Dick's Sporting Goods, they do have some deals going right now, but there's not really a whole lot on sale in the fishing category as part of their Father's Day deal, but they do have the Whopper Plopper, and they've got some Power Pro braided line, some Guggen baits, and a couple of things like that. And that's quite honestly it. Like Dick's did not have a whole lot going on right now. Fish USA, on the other hand, does have today's sales and deals link. This changes every day. So the link that I'll drop down below will be whatever the deal of the day is. So like if you click on it today, it'll show you a different page than it will tomorrow. And so you'll be able to check that out just through the link down below. But they've got 20% off Walleye Nation Creations, Death Jig Rig. These work. They work great for walleye. I know I own quite a few of them. They're pretty great. And then they've got some Stinger spoons here. They've got a bunch of their stuff here. But if we keep scrolling, that's right. They've got a couple of Garmin deals going on right now. Let me pull these up. The first one is the Garmin EchoMap Ultra 2 10-inch for $24.99. If that sounds familiar, that's because it is. And then they've also got this guy, the Ultra 2 12-inch, similar as we saw at Scheels. So we've got, in fact, let me validate $24.99. Yeah, these are the exact same prices. So if you have a preference between Fish USA and Scheels, I'll have them both linked down below. Get it from either one of them, or if one's out of stock, like this right here, you can see there's only 2 in stock right now of the 10-inch. Oh, I'm sorry, I was showing the wrong screen. There's 2 in stock right now on the 10-inch. So if you want to get them, get it soon. And then it looks like there's 4 in stock of the 12-inch. But who knows? They may restock tomorrow and then have a bunch more. Again, these sales typically right now are running through the weekend. Northland Fishing Tackle has some deals going on right now. The Eye Candy and Pan Candy, these are known to produce fish, specifically walleyes. They do very well. They've got buy 4 packs and get 15% off. They've got a Mille Lacs open water kit. And this is just really a catered bundle that's like 15% off right now. That's based off of targeting walleyes on Mille Lacs. I guess you could say even targeting bass with some of these as well. They've got a 20% off of your first order if you sign up for their email. And it does work. It's really easy. And if you've already used it, just use a different email or go set up a new Gmail and get another 20% off, which is pretty great. Then they've got the new release of their tungsten stand-up jigs, which is pretty cool. All right. Gill Fishing has a Father's Day selection deal going on right now. If you add Dad 25 to the cart, you actually get 25% off of these 6 items. I've personally never owned anything from Gill Fishing, but I've looked at them many times. They're expensive, but they look pretty dang good. They kind of remind me of an Aftco, except better. I bought a very expensive, at least to me, a very expensive, kind of like a zip-up jacket from Aftco, and it was not put together very well. I mean, there was loose threads all over the place. They had some of the stitching sticking out, so it was like scratching my neck nonstop. Like I had returned that to Aftco, so now I'm like, gosh, where else can you go? This stuff looks expensive, but you can get 25% off of it. I'm thinking about maybe picking up one of these UV Tech polos. These are UV 50 proof. What do they call that? Let's just look. Is it UV 50? Is that what they call it? Where's the back of it? Yeah, UV 50 plus. So these featuring 50 plus UV sun protection for a polo. Pretty nice. They got a bunch of different sizes here. They've got a blue, a navy, a medium gray, and a white, form fitting. So I guess I got to get back to the gym if I'm going to wear those polos. They've got some nice bibs, jackets. I'm not much of a vest guy, but if you're a vest guy, doesn't seem too bad of a deal, especially if you're going to get 25% off of it. And then they got some extra bags in here too. So that is what we got. Who do we got in the chat here? We got Bob Barker in here still. We got Mark J. What up? What up? Trim that motor, folks. Funny guy. What up, Chad? How's it going, Trusty? OTC Outdoor Adventures. And we have the entire state of Wisconsin here in the chat live with us. Well, thank you all. That's what we got planned for the show tonight. We just hit that 30-minute mark, and you got a ton of deals now right in front of you. I'll drop all these links down in the description and as a pinned comment. So if you catch any of these deals, please let me know down in the comments. What was the best deal that you saw here? Anything that you're really excited about? Tight lines out there. We'll chat with you soon. We got some fun stuff coming up on the channel. If you're a member of the channel, thanks for your support. You guys already kind of know what's going on. We have some member exclusive stuff going on. But yes, thank you all so very much. We got videos coming out soon and a lot of other fun stuff. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your week. And let me know if you have any questions down below. Bye.